to the Agents of the Unexplained podcast. From a haunted abandoned asylum to Sasquatch lurking in the dark woods and watching you, and all things unexplained, here are the stories from outside our realm. With your host, Bill Rigby.
Well, tonight it's a special edition. I got Angel here with us. I got two souls, almost three souls. One of the guys couldn't get off work, but they are in Gettysburg, the haunted capital of Pennsylvania. That's what I say. Let me bring them in because I got a special question for the one. Oh, you had to put the hat on, did you?
Had to put the hat on for you, Bill, baby. What's going on, man?
What's happening, guys? Like I said, on the intro, one couldn't make it, which is fine. I don't care. But I got a very special question for Frank.
Oh, here we go. Wait a minute.
No. Here, the question first, then we'll do a timeout.
This isn't going to get in trouble, is it?
Maybe. All right, we know Halloween's your most favorite holiday, Frank. Am I right?
My favorite holiday.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
What is your worst favorite?
When did what?
What's your worst favorite holiday?
Worst. I can't say. I really don't have one. I love Christmas. So.
Okay. All right.
Come on, there's lots of holidays. I mean, like Labor Day, Memorial Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Columbus Day. Those are all holidays.
I was so hoping he picked one so I could dog him on it. He was ready.
Okay, I gotta say birthday because that's gotta stop. That stopped a long time ago.
For the people don't know, when I met these guys, that Gretchen Fest, we all hit it off right away.
Definitely.
My poor Frank took the wrath of Rigby on him.
I met my match.
Oh, I dogged him hard. You know I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, definitely. Back at you, Bill.
And I have so much fun picking onions, but with all honesty, you guys are serious researchers. I watch your shit all the time. So tell us, how's it been going down there?
Pretty good so far. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's been going pretty good. We've come down for the last 4 Halloweens here to Gettysburg, me, Frank, and Mark. Mark couldn't make it this week because he had to work.
But Janelle made it. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Did Mary make it?
No, Mary's in Maryland. I'm going to go. She's at her daughter's house.
Okay.
When I leave here Sunday, I'm going down to grab her, spend the night there, and then shoot back up home.
You're grabbing her and spending. Oh, never mind. We won't go there.
I've been by myself for a few days. Of course, I'm going to grab her.
Let me tell you something. Not only is these guys fun guys, their wives are just as fun.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Now,
like I see Mike Hartman's out there making comments. Guys, you didn't get to meet him yet. Feel lucky.
But
Come on. He's not that bad.
Hey, maybe he's lucky he hasn't met us yet.
But
he goes, him and Tara are taking notes on how not to do a podcast. Step 1. Yeah.
No, it's been going good. This was our last trip coming to Gettysburg for Halloween. We wish more could have been here because I privately booked the Jenny Wade house last night for a couple hours for us, and that turned out extremely well for the couple hours that we was there. And the rest of the time is just like relaxing, hanging out, and just enjoying our time.
I mean, we still got some other places to check out tomorrow. Like we're gonna go to the battlefields, and different things like that, But it's just like we said, it's relaxation time.
What was that, Angel?
Which Jenny Wade house? Were they at her sister's or
Yeah,
at
her sister.
house?
Yes, her sister's house. Yeah, her sister's house.
Right.
Yes.
Where she died.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Did you go and see
That's
her
why I
sister?
got Angel on. She knows that place too well.
Yeah. I know. Hey, Angel, you left Gettysburg. Didn't you leave today from Gettysburg or yesterday?
No, I
No.
didn't. I didn't get to go down. I had some stuff going on, so I didn't get to make it. So
Yeah.
I'll be down in a couple weeks.
Well, let me say this. We got Angel over here. We got you guys there.
And you're up there.
I'm right here on top of everything. I know the outside paranormal crew. They're down around Greene County, and I became friends with all yous, and yous all are awesome, and I learned a lot from Angel, and I incorporated a lot of the ghost hunting things now, like the EMF meters and the K2 meters, and I picked up a spirit box, and I'm going to be using all that Bigfoot. Because
Bigfoot is a paranormal phenomenon. He is.
Yeah. And I don't know. Is he flesh and blood? Is he extraterrestrial? We don't know.
But Bill, anything that you can't explain is paranormal.
True.
So you can't explain Bigfoot, so of course he's paranormal.
Yes. And I got to get you guys out with me one time.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, definitely.
Angel don't want to go looking for Bigfoot.
I can look for Bigfoot. I just don't want to see Dogman. I'm fine with a Bigfoot. I can do Bigfoot.
Oh no, she heard the Ohio howl down at her place, and her and the UPS or FedEx guy. The FedEx guy jumped in the truck and sped out of there and left her standing there going, "Oh, I'm feeling my pants."
Hey, Bill, I got a question for you.
I didn't do it.
Why they call him Bigfoot if he's got 2 feet?
Do you ever see a footprint?
Hey, we've done this before. How do you pluralize Bigfoot? Is it big feet?
No. That's like deer. Deer. Moose. You don't say moose and meese.
Bigfoot.
And Mike Hartman says the hell he is. Bigfoot is normal. What the hell's normal, Mike?
Listen, if it's coming from Mike, he doesn't know what normal is.
But wonder if Bigfoot is a midget just with big feet.
No, because the one I saw was not.
Little Bigfoot.
The one I saw was not. Believe me. And like I said at my presentation down there at Gretchen Fest, I don't get scared easily. that scared the living shit out of me. And yeah,
Where was your visual at of him? Where was you at located?
Salt Fork State Park in Ohio. I found evidence all around Mercer County here. We got evidence of him. Have I actually seen one here? No.
Hey, Ron, how?
I don't know.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, everybody coming in the chat, thank you for coming in and watching. I'm Steven, and I'm Frank. We're from Three Souls Paranormal. We're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we're blessed
Whoa! Stop!
What?
Two of them are kind of from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The other one, he's a Ravens fan.
Well, I am originally from Baltimore, okay?
You still suck. All right. I did tell you I'd be nice. That's why I said you just suck. And he said everything else.
I still love you, bro. I still love you.
But, no, these guys, you guys have been on like a tour the last couple months of places you've been going to.
Yes. Yeah. It's for the year. It stops December 3rd at Madison Seminary up in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our last one for the year.
Yeah. My last thing's November 18th, Wheeling. I'll be glad when it's done. My last event for the year.
Well, next year we're looking into going through some places we haven't been yet, because that's what we want to do. We want to start hitting places that we would like to go to but never been.
And where is that at?
Oh, Christ.
Waverly Hills.
Yeah.
Old Hospital in College Hill.
Rolling Hills
Asylum.
I was just there last
Indiana
week.
State. You was there?
Mm-hmm.
Is Rolling Hills good?
Okay. So
She told me. So
I
what's
will
that?
tell you that when I first got there, it was pretty active when I first got there. I got some really awesome spirit box and EVPs. I got some great stuff on my SLS. But then it kind of died off. But they said, like, all the hype is the second most haunted place in America. I've been a lot more crazier places where you're at right now. Way more active. I mean, it didn't disappoint. I don't want to say nothing else but I'll have Bill message you about a couple things.
no, you get hook up with them. You can do the message. You can explain it instead of second-handed.
There's Sweet Springs Sanatorium, Indiana State Sanatorium.
They just did a big conference there, didn't they? Last couple months.
Yeah.
And one that just popped in my radar is Mid-Orange Correctional Facility in New York.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good one.
Have you been to Mansfield?
Yes, we've been to Ohio Reformatory. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let me think. A couple other places. I know you've been down to the Allegheny.
Yeah, we've been down here. We've been to Prospect Place.
We can name off some. Yeah, we've been to Hillview Manor,
Moundsville Penitentiary.
Moundsville, Trans-Allegheny, Prospect Place, Madison Seminary, the Gill House out in Ohio.
Yeah. The Virgin House.
The Virgin House out in Ohio. New York.
Yeah.
Ohio Reformatory. We've been there. A very haunted town in Pennsylvania, Waterford, PA.
Yeah.
Which Waterford?
It's like 10 miles south of Erie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fort LaBeouf.
Yes.
Um,
Because if you would have said the one that was in Westmoreland County, I would have said no.
we've been to the Amos Judson House there in the Eagle Hotel twice.
Yeah.
Heidi Longstreet, who runs that, is such an awesome lady.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Very sweet. For both buildings, it's $40. That's it.
Yeah, you can't beat
Oh,
that.
that's awesome.
That's cheap as hell.
Yeah, and you're there all night in both buildings, as long as you want to be.
Have you been to
the
Ross House
the
yet?
Belmont House in Belmont, Ohio?
No,
Have
I've
you
never
guys-
heard of the Belmont House.
No.
We've been to the Bel Air House.
Maybe that was it.
The
She
Bel
was
Air
set
House,
up.
yeah.
I haven't. I was. Steve and Mark were there. I wasn't there. I was laid up, so I was. Yeah, I couldn't do that. So that's when I was out of commission for a while.
Oh, that must have been when you were watching Baltimore lose to the Steelers. You was laid up.
Had to cry myself to sleep that night.
Saturday, November 11th, we're going to the Ross House out in Bel Air, Ohio. To the Ross House.
Went there. I want to go there. I want to go there really bad. The lady that
Actually,
owns-
she's going to be at our conference.
she is the most wonderful, sweet woman. I want to
Yeah.
go there so bad. I'm going to do it sometime this winter.
Here's the price for Saturday night, December 11th, from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. Sunday morning, $300.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
damn good.
That's the part that pisses me off so bad sometimes. Is some of these places, the prices that they're charging to get in there is crazy. But I understand sometimes you have to raise the prices like that to keep the riffraff out. You know what I mean?
And
So you just
you've got to cover your costs too.
Yeah.
But you don't have a bunch of weirdos in there just tearing your crap up.
Yep.
But we've also noticed, like you said, we've also noticed where we've been to a couple places. Not going to say, but it was okay. It was pretty decent when we got in there, and then a few years later, when they hit the radar, bang! It's like an arm and a leg and a couple fingers. You know what I mean? It's
Right. Right.
After they got put on television, that's when they raised their prices.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, my buddy Rob got a question for you guys, all three. Question any ghost person out there. How long does a ghost emotion, he put emotions, but emotions last after the death of the living? Or how long until they start?
Oh, that's
I don't know if that's a really direct. I mean, a direct answer, because I think they could, when they start to do their thing. I think anytime they want, it just happens.
I'm going to say depending on death.
The type of death?
The type of death, on how their emotions will play out in the afterlife. Now, if it was a surprise death, like a car wreck, bam, I think their emotions are still going to be like they're just driving in a car. Just like if they don't know that they're dead.
Or some just don't want to cross over. They don't want to leave. They want to stay because they feel they have unfinished business.
But
yes, I agree with that.
And I feel like somebody's walking down the street and just gets shot. Their emotions going to be totally different. If they don't die instantly, but like die in a hospital, they're feeling that pain all the way up until they pass away. So that emotion is going to be different from something super sudden,
Yeah.
Right.
So that spectrum between spontaneously and a minute after.
You are in the best place right now to actually, come up with that. Because, I mean, think about it. When I was there in Gettysburg for a long time, and that's what people would ask me, that was a really good question. And they would say, well, how do they feel about being dead here? Well, maybe they don't really realize they are. because some of these guys, they're killed like that, and
yeah, like you say here, you got the Union and the Confederate, both the soldiers that some had fast deaths, some had long agonizing deaths, and
what people don't realize about Gettysburg, they think all the soldiers were killed during gun battle. That's not the case.
No.
Most of them died from sickness, infections, or getting like shot and having their arm chopped off, getting their arm amputees. That's how they died, really. Because they had no antibiotics or anything to cure the
right medication.
The right medication. So they just died from pain, and they suffered from the pain. So their emotions is way more higher than most people that pass away.
Well, Rob, the one that asked that question, his dog that he's had for 10 and a half years passed away this morning outside in the yard.
I saw that.
And
what happened?
His dog, Bella. That was his and his wife's main dog, a golden retriever. She was a doll baby. I really loved her too.
Hey, Rob, I apologize for the passing of your dog.
But he just went outside and he felt Bella's presence. Don't know if it was really her or just missing her.
It was probably her.
I mean, animals have spirits and souls too, just like we do. They're living, breathing creatures. She could be there. She definitely could be there.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're part of the family.
They're family.
Yeah.
I mean,
now with them hanging around part, like you said, they don't want to go on. I believe that from the experience me and Angel had at the old Butler VA.
Well, that's what I believe. I believe no ghosts were spirits. I'll say spirits.
Right.
I believe they know they want to hang around until they're done doing what they want to do, and if they want to move on, they will. And then you got the ones that just say, "To hell with it, I don't want to. I want to stay here. I got people to look after. Children, grandchildren. Husband, wife, brothers, sisters. Family."
Well, Joe said, "Joe, I'm calling him.
Sure, they're okay."
Joe, crazy guy. I asked him. I said,
We asked
"Do
him.
you want to go down the hall with us, or do you want to go on and be with your family and that?" And
He's not going anywhere.
He said, "No, I'm staying right here. I'm happy right here." Boom.
Well, here's the thing. Like we research. We're paranormal researchers. We're not investigators. We're researchers. We're just like a doctor, but we do research for spiritual reasons.
Hey, wait a minute. Just like a doctor. That's what I can say I am. I'm a doctor, researcher of the paranormal and cryptid.
Right.
I'm sorry, Steve. That was set up good for me.
Here's the thing, though. Like you said about that guy Joe, maybe if he feels like he's going to cross over, he's going to the abyss. He's not going to go up.
They don't know what's on the other side.
They don't know. So they'd rather stay here and be comfortable where they're at than not knowing where they're going to be at. Because he might never see his family ever again.
They're afraid. They're afraid, just like anybody else. They're afraid.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good point. That's what I tell people all the time. Because I was brought up in a very religious household, and so from the time I was little until now, my parents, my grandparents, and everybody always told me, when you die, you get to go to heaven, and the whole deal. Well, what if you don't know that? What if you were never taught that? What if, that wasn't part of your family's whatever? So a lot of them, I think they're they're just frightened of what is the next, what's next. And like
Right.
Joe,
They're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of the unknown.
Joe was
Exactly.
in the mental part. He was in the mental facility, you know, of the old VA hospital. He's where, you know, where they were a little off their rocker or whatever. So he has found himself a comfortable home, and that is where he's going to stay, because he just doesn't understand what's going on around him. He has no real knowledge of the gear or anything. He's still stuck in the you know, that time period.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he's happily smoking and he's dancing and he's listening to his music, because when he's playing music to us, he's playing music from that time. He was playing like the Rolling Stones. He's playing Creedence. He's, you know, he was playing like that era. And if you'd ask him, you know, is President Obama your president? Is Trump your president? Is Biden he has no idea who those people are, but he knew who Richard Nixon was, and he knew who JFK was and stuff like that. But other than that, you know, he has no idea of what is going on now.
Right.
Because that was his time period.
Yes. That's what I
His
believe.
time period. He's stuck there in that time period.
Right. Like here in Gettysburg, if you ask a soldier out on the battlefield if they know what year it is, to them it's still 1863.
Yep.
That's where they died at. That's the end of their life. That's it. They don't know 2023. They don't know 200 years later. They're back in 1863, and like all the pictures people get of, you know, ghost soldiers down here or spirit soldiers, they're still in their uniform. That's where they're at. That's where their life stopped. They have no recollection of life after that.
Yep. A lot of the spirits there are residual, you know, it's just they're on that loop. It's just a residual. But I have came across some really, really good, intelligent spirits at Gettysburg, and they do know that it's 2023. Some of them do know.
Yeah. I mean, they could have passed and whatever within the year, and they know. But I mean, I don't know if I believe that soldiers from 1863 know about 2023. They might. I don't know.
There's only been a couple. I've come across like 3 of them, and they are highly intelligent. I mean, they will knock on command. They will give you signs. They will do stuff. But for the biggest part, they're stuck back then. But there were 3 distinct ones that I've come across, and they are very intelligent and they know what's going on.
That's awesome.
There's one that I see there all the time, and he died. And it depends on his mood that day of what he portrays himself as. I either get him young and handsome, or I get the one that died where he's like all pockmarked, like he must have had scabies and rickets real bad, you know, from malnutrition, and his face is all like sunken. But I mean, I've watched him transform from healthy young man to that, like that, right in front of me. And it all depends on his mood. And he's one of the ones that he's very intelligent. He is very intelligent. And that's scary to me. I like it better when they don't know.
So he's almost like a shapeshifter then.
Yeah, kind of.
And getting back to my point earlier about people that die of a sudden death, you know, when they say if you're like in hospice and you're just laying there and you know your time's coming, you can see your life flash before your eyes. You don't get that
on a sudden death.
On a sudden death, you'll never get to replay your life.
No.
So
I think you kind of almost need that closure in order to move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you need that light flashing before your eyes. If you don't have that closure and it's that quickly, I think it's just, you know, it does fuel the fire for you to, you know, be stuck and go on haunting.
I got to agree with that because, you know, back when I was life flighted, yeah, I'm really thinking, wow, I didn't do everything I wanted to do in my life, and I'm going to be dead here soon.
Right.
You know, and so, yeah, being in hospice, knowing that you're going to die, I believe that, yeah, you don't have a closure happen suddenly. Yeah.
So where have you guys all investigated while you're there this time?
Tonight, I mean, this was just going to be like a relaxing, just like, let's go out and just enjoy Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And Jenny Way was going to be our thing. And we did that last night. And there was going to be no more investigating after the night, last night.
Yeah.
We just wanted to just relax, go down into the town, have some drinks.
We wanted to take it in for once. You know, we wanted to go around and look.
Because
take it in.
We come here the 26th, 27th, 28th, and leave on the 29th for the last 4 years here in Gettysburg. All right. So for 12 hours a day, we're out investigating, not enjoying the town itself, dude. Just take it all in. And this was the year that we were going to take it in and just enjoy it and relax and just have a good time.
Yeah. One day we were here. One day we were here. And then jumping, or the same day we're jumping 2 or 3 different places at one, the whole day.
So Mark lied.
Yeah. Like
Mark lied on that one post of your guys's.
What's that?
Frank lied because the picture used to, and then there's people up on top of the tower.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm up on top. You guys didn't notice me.
Who said that?
Your partner.
Mark ain't on top of the tower.
I know, but you could see, you couldn't make out who it was up there, even when you blew the picture up. But he said, I'm up above you, and you didn't even know it. That little shithead. Yeah. That shithead. I'm not, and I blew it up, and I'm looking, I says, oh, that could be him.
Only Mark.
Yeah. Tell him he's on the shit list now.
We're like I said, we're going to go explore the battlefields and stuff tomorrow and just relax and hang out.
And we're talking about now, like, I know it's a big jump for now, but like we're talking next year, going someplace different, starting to expand our horizons, start going out and do here 1 year, then go to another place another year, check out different sites.
Next year, we're looking at Sleepy Hollow, New York for Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Where Washington
They do it pretty big up there. Not as big as Salem, because we was in Salem a couple years ago for Halloween.
Yeah.
But and I think next year we're going to try to go to Salem next year. Only 2 years from now.
2025, if everything goes right.
Virginia Lanigan says, hi, Ghost Chick. Angel, and hi, Three Souls.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How you doing?
But look out for, I want to contact them here over the wintertime. We are going to Tybee Island, Georgia next summer, okay? And I've been to this place. It's called the Sorrel Weed House in Savannah. Probably one of the most haunted places I've personally ever been to. We was in the slave quarters in there, and we actually heard women talking, just talking, and there was nobody in there. I'm going to contact them to see if we can book it privately next year when we go to Savannah. That will be a pretty wild time if we can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Savannah's
be great.
a wonderful town to go. There's so much there.
Like we're talking when you were going New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. That's on my list. I want to go to New Orleans.
I don't like Louisiana. Sorry.
You
I
been
lived
there,
there
Bill?
first. Baton Rouge. I didn't like it. And let me tell you, the Popeye commercials say Louisiana fast. No way in hell.
That's Louisiana.
Nothing. I went to McDonald's and ordered a Big Mac and fries and a drink. 45 minutes later, I get it. And the place was not busy. Nothing fast.
So I want to ask you guys, where's your favorite place you've been to?
Oh, wait a minute. Before you go there, Tara had a question, and I've been letting it slide. I wonder if at that time you're shown your life's purpose, when your life flashes before your eyes.
What was that question again?
She wonders at the time that the life flashes before your eyes. At that time, was that to show your life purpose or not?
I don't think.
I don't think it can be answered because we don't know.
Right, that's a good answer because we don't know what we're all on Earth for a purpose.
Yeah.
We don't know. I still don't know what my purpose of being here is, but I'm here and I'm investigating the spiritual world. That could be my purpose.
That's why we do this, though, right? Is to figure out
Right. Yeah.
what is the purpose of
Exactly.
anything.
Like if your light flashes before your eyes, this is my thought, my opinion. Your life replayed from a child you was born up until the time you passed. I don't think that could be your life's purpose.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just went through like pictures of your life.
Yeah.
And there's no purpose to that. And just showing you from your kid to your passing.
And my opinion is, I believe a spirit has a choice to move on, or like we said earlier, stay. If I pass and I don't want to move on, and I want to stay, I'm staying. I'm not going to cross over to that other side until I feel I'm ready to. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Also spirits have their own, what's the word I'm looking for? Their own persona too.
Yeah. Their own persona.
Yeah. To do what they feel they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they want to, if they feel like they want to communicate with you, they will.
Exactly.
If they don't, they won't.
Well, that's why I tell people why we call ghost hunting, not ghost getting. Because these guys are not on a payroll and we can't tell them, hey, this is when you need to do this. They're going to do what they want to when they want to.
Right. Like Frank always says, spirits or ghosts ain't dogs. They ain't going to do tricks for you.
That's it. They're not animals. They're not going to do a trick for you. I believe their spirits are smart. They're smarter than we think they are.
Oh,
they'll let us know they're there. And I noticed that with us. When we do our investigations and research and do everything at a place, when we're trying to get evidence, it usually don't happen. You gotta wait. But then when we sit there and we just chill and listen and we talk among ourselves, that's when stuff happens. Because I feel, my opinion is the spirits are like, oh, now they're not paying us any attention. Let's show them that we're here now.
Right. They feel like they're being ignored.
And they don't like that.
And especially for, you have, like our partner Mark. He's been to a prospect place in Trinway, Ohio 15 times easily. So the spirits are going to be comfortable with him because they recognize him. They know who he is. So they're going to be more susceptible to talking to him. Me and Frank been there once.
Or twice.
No, we've been to Trinway once, prospect place.
Yeah.
So we might go out there with him. We might not get nothing, but Mark's going to get it because he's been there more.
Yep.
So I feel.
Yeah, I think
the more they get to know you, the more they're going to communicate with you.
Well, because they're people, they have the same qualities as we do. You just don't go up to somebody that you've never met before and be like, oh, let me tell you about my whole entire story.
Right.
You usually take a little bit of time to warm up to somebody before you enjoy, things with them. You know,
Right.
you get to meet somebody, meet their personality. And spirits do have personalities of their own, I think.
Yeah.
You know, they are all very different, like we are.
Right. That's why I like when we go into our investigations, when we go in like, hey, we're here. Bill's calling me. I can't call him right now.
Yeah.
But like I say, we're coming in with all respect to you. You're welcoming us into your home or your building or wherever you're at. And we just want to hear your story whenever you feel like you can trust us enough. Please tell us your story. We have all the time in the world to wait for you, you know? So we wait for them to come to us.
It's Bill. Internet. Oh, here we go. Here, let me put you on speaker. Okay, I got Bill. He lost internet. His internet went down.
Oh, the internet went down. Mark's wife said Mark heard his name and his ears perked up.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Bill, you can't get back on, Bill?
I don't know what's going on. My daughter says she has internet on her phone, but I think it's through her thing. But Adam's supposed to be resetting it, so we'll see from there.
He says, hold tight. He's going to try to reset it. That's okay. We'll just talk amongst ourselves. Put you on speaker.
Okay.
There's a lot of cool places, though, around there that you can, you know, if you guys are just going to relax this time. There's a lot of cool different places.
It's going to be over 80 degrees here tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Like we've dumped into Sachs Bridge, Suicide Bridge, like I said, Devil's Den, Little Big Top, Little Round Top.
The Gettysburg Almshouse Cemetery.
Yeah.
The Witch's Fountain, Hoffman Mansion. What's the other place? I can't even think.
I know so many now.
There's a really good place in Waynesburg. The historic house in Waynesburg.
The Greene County Poor Farm.
No. Not the Greene County Poor Farm. This place it's a bed and breakfast. But she'll let you come in and walk around and look. The place is wonderful. Hold on, let me look it up. It's the historic. Where you at, Pam?
Well, did you know, Wayne? I just read that Greene County was named the most haunted county in America.
Oh yeah, the Greene County Poorhouse is like, yeah.
Yeah, Greene County, Pennsylvania, was named the most haunted county in America.
Crazy.
I just read that.
Yeah, the 1912 Hoover House.
The Hoover House. I did hear about that.
Yeah, I've been there. And it is a really cool place. Back in the day, it used to be a speakeasy. I mean, in Waynesboro, yeah. So you're not that far away from it.
No, we're like a little over an hour from Williamsburg.
Yeah, it's not that far. But if you have a chance, the 1912 Historic House of Waynesboro is an awesome place. She's a wonderful lady that runs it. Her and her husband. They used to own. Do you remember when the ghost store used to be down over the hill from the cemetery? The Ghost Stop or whatever it was. Down by, what was the place called? Now there's an eatery in there. I'm drawing a blank. I used to go there for breakfast all the time.
I used to deliver down in Waynesburg, and I used to drive past the old Waynesburg County Jail. It looked like a log cabin. That place looks interesting to get into. It has like a historical society plaque on it. It's a log cabin. It was their jail, their first jail down there.
Do you guys do the same thing I do? I'm like driving down the road and I'm like, oh, I bet that place is haunted.
Yes, we do that all the time. Like,
I wonder if I can get in there.
Like I drive a truck, so when I first started at my company, I was driving out through Punxsutawney and up through Clearfield, all these back roads. I'm looking for like old hospitals in the woods. I'm like, let's go. Like I'm trying to look for places, never found anything. I'm like, oh, there's nothing out here in the middle of Pennsylvania. There's it was so difficult.
I'm Punxsutawney. Yep.
That's like driving out here to Gettysburg. I didn't take the interstate. I did the back roads, which I like doing. I did the back roads. And there's so many like cemeteries that I passed, and old buildings, it's like, wow, it's like they can talk.
He says he might be able to get back on here. He's gonna try. They're resetting.
That'd be nice, Bill. I'll miss your handsome face.
I know. You find the best places though when you're just traveling out and you're not looking for anywhere.
There's one place out in Punxsutawney though that I'd love to go to. The old Adrian Hospital.
Been there. It's awesome.
Wow.
Is it?
It is very, very active. There's absolutely no electric in there. None. There's no utilities. The place is really ransacked and in shambles, which is a shame. There's a lot of historical value to the place. But when I went in there, I mean, EMFs are off the chart. The K2 meters like spiking. I had so much chatter on the spirit box. There's a lot of not nice feeling there, though. There's a lot of residual because it was a hospital and then it was an old age home and stuff.
Right.
So it is a very, very, very cool place, and I would love to get in there again.
That's
and
like there's one place I would love to be able to get into, but you can't. Molly Stark Sanitarium up in Ohio. And it's got that fence around it, so yeah.
There's that old school.
I'll try to make Adrian Hospital happen, okay?
What's that?
I know the guy that owns it, and maybe I can get it to happen.
If he can get us in there, we will meet you up there and we will investigate that place.
Okay.
They're right there on the backside of Punxsutawney, going towards like if you're on that road where Adrian Hospital's at, if you keep following that, I can't remember. But there's that old school on the left hand side, like something run school. It's an old school. What's that?
It's Big Run. It's
Big Run, yes.
Run.
Yeah, yes. Big Run School looks very creepy.
I think it looks creepy, but I don't think it is creepy. You know what I mean? I think there's a little bit of stuff going on, but I don't think it's too heavy. But I do know the Adrian Hospital is the place that I'm in now, the Nomadic Trading Building. There's a lot of strange stuff going on in there.
Where's that at?
The Nomadic Trading Building. It was an old silk factory, and then it switched hands like several times. But the more history I find out about it, there was a speakeasy in the basement, and it used to be a whorehouse too. So,
last year, right after my dad died, a group that we know, a very good friend of ours, Dark Hall of Paranormal, they took me and my little brother to the Johnstown Theater. There was a speakeasy in the basement of the theater, and the old owner killed himself in the apartments upstairs, and That place was pretty active. We've been to Crescent Penitentiary.
Crescent was a good time.
What's that?
Crescent was a good time. Did you hear about what happened there now though?
Yeah.
Sad.
Liberty Theater at Nantiglow, PA. Liberty Theater is very active. I like Liberty Theater. I like that place a lot. That's really cool. You ever use the little cat toys, the little cat balls?
Yeah.
We watched one get thrown in that building, the Liberty Theater.
That's cool.
So
what's your favorite equipment to use? What's your go-to? You won't leave home without it.
Myself, yeah. Yourself.
Yeah.
No, but my favorite piece of equipment is the REM pod. I love the REM pod. If it goes off, you know there's something near it.
I like the cat toys and the K2 meter.
I always have a K2 meter in my purse everywhere I go, but mine are my light up dowsing rods.
Our partner Mark has those.
I love mine.
He loves his music box. I love the music box too. The music box is pretty creepy when it goes off. It startles you. It's like, whoa, that went off. Like, okay.
Especially when there's no one around it.
Mark says his favorite is his spirit box.
Oh, he got the S box. Mark's in there. Mark.
No, Melissa is.
Melissa's in there. Melissa's Mark's wife.
Okay.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's soul number 3, right?
Mark likes the spirit box. So, but my personal, like I said, is the K2 and the cat ball.
I know. Aren't those cat balls amazing though? When they go off, I get so excited when those little cat balls go off because it is very hard to manipulate them just for them to go off for no reason at all. You know?
Yeah.
You really have to. You don't have to touch them hard.
They got to be touched some way for them to go off. They're just not going to go.
But that 1912 Hoover House, I had a lot of activity with the cat balls there.
Yeah, they're going to be physically touched for them to go off. They're not going to go off by themselves.
And my other piece of equipment that I got is that tripwire. Do you guys have one of those?
Ooh. No, we don't have a tripwire. I want one though.
Oh, I love my tripwire.
Laser grid too.
I love my laser grid. We actually captured on our live stream from St. Albans. We captured a shadow through walking through it.
That's right. There's no place we've been.
Oh yeah, St. Albans. St. Albans down there in Radford, Virginia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right on the live stream.
I never ever get anything on my laser grid, and I'm always like so bummed out. I'm like, why don't I ever get anything on my laser grid?
Yeah,
never been to Lake Shawnee.
Yeah, the laser grid. I was like, if you want to walk through these green dots, feel free to do so. They're not going to hurt you, and walk right through it. Walk right through and caught it on live stream. That's what's impressive because it was live when it happened.
Where did we see the
cool.
face? The face.
That was Moundsville Penitentiary. We was down in yeah. I caught a face.
With your laser grid. Remember we were looking at it.
That was the Hoffman Mansion right down the road. Hoffman Mansion.
Yeah.
That was a battlefield farmhouse. Hospital and farmhouse, and the doctors used to bring the soldiers in from the basement door and come through. And I had my laser grid sitting up in there and just recording. All you see is this white thing turn, and it's a face, a whole face.
Oh,
shows itself. And we investigated an active funeral home last year the J.J. Spratt Funeral Home in New Brighton, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
In our YouTube short videos, we capture.
Hi.
What's up, Bill? There he is. Hey, we capture a full black shadow figure peeking around the corner. Yes.
Oh.
Jesus. Went back out. There, it's back
Yep.
on. Am I here now?
Yep, you're there,
Yeah.
Bill. You're good.
We're having a good time
Okay.
without
Welcome
you.
back, sunshine.
Spectrum.
We sent bad spirits over to your internet to disconnect you. We didn't want to talk to you no more.
Yeah.
Like, go unplug his router. Oh, so last night in the Jenny Wade house, we was doing the EVP, we was doing the EVP session in the baking room where Jenny got killed at.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We caught a woman's voice on the voice recorder
Awesome.
speaking. Yeah.
Awesome. Did you check out the hole?
The what?
The hole in the door.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I mean now about the trajectory of the hole?
Right. It feels like the way that for that bull to be shot from the Farnsworth house all the way through that door. I don't like you said we was talking that night. I don't see that happening. That's a long way for that bullet to fly. Yeah. I feel like that bullet was closer within 30 yards maybe. Because
the brick house bed and breakfast, which is on the other end of it used to be the Holiday Inn, but that big ass motel there. That brick house was there.
Right. It feels like somebody walked up to that door, put the bullet through it, just shot right through the door.
Yep.
I mean,
now, Angel and I discussed that before, and she said the same thing. There's no way in hell that shot could have came from where they were staying. No way in hell.
The Farnsworth house to the Jenny Wade's sister's house where she passed away at is easily 300-400 yards. Yeah. And they didn't make guns that powerful back then. Not flintlock. Not flintlock guns. They ain't shooting that far. Yeah.
No.
Unless it's a cannon.
Yeah. And even at that, I mean, they're doing that thing called rifling, where they're going to shoot up in the air and it's going to rain down on you. I mean, but that's the wrong trajectory, for that hole, because the hole goes up. It would have went down if it was from the Farnsworth. And then it would have hit the floor. It would not have went up in and hit her in the back. It came out through her heart. There's just no freaking way. Unless we're talking about JFK's magic bullet.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
you never heard of those magic bullets before JFK, did you?
Yeah, no, right? I have a magic bullet, but it's the wrong kind.
Yeah.
I have a magic bullet. It makes fucking suits and shit.
Yeah.
Make some awesome dip and smoothie.
Right, make a smoothie, protein shakes. It chops up onions pretty fine.
Yeah. You make some guacamole.
Right.
Oh, now you guys are making me hungry. Keep it up.
But hey,
I'm so full right now. I can't even eat no more food. I'm done with food. I'll take a salad from it.
Well, stomach bug. I couldn't eat nothing all day. Hey, Mud, what's up? Muddy Wads is here.
Oh, Mud. So where's your
guys? You met her too. You met Muddy Wads
at Gretsch Fest.
Yep.
I think she bought a shirt off of us.
She did.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
But
Bill,
anyhow,
do I look good in this hat or what? Do I look good in this hat or what, Bill?
yes.
He looks gangster.
New hats, Bill. We got new hats.
Oh,
Very
where's it
gangster.
at? I move shit around. Now I can't find what I want. Oh, there it is. Hang on, guys.
We lose you once, Bill. We're going to lose you again.
So, what got you interested in this?
How I came about into the paranormal field.
Now I feel better.
What the hell you got on? What the hell is that, Bill? I can't see your face now. How I became into the paranormal field, even though I didn't investigate, but my sister passed away in 1995, July. And a couple of days after her funeral, I was in bed laying there, just like sick to my stomach, just, she passed away, And she came to me as a full body apparition and my middle name was Scott. So she was like, Scott, next time you see me, I'm taking you with me. It was gone. That was it.
And
Wow.
I got into it too because of personal experiences. So.
Well, I think we all kind of got into it because of personal experiences. Angel was kind of thrown into it. But, like my buddy Rob and I.
I didn't get into it right away. My first personal experience, I was like 17 going on 18.
Right.
So I didn't get into it right away until years later. So.
Like me and Frank have been together for over 10 years now. Together, me and Frank investigating.
How'd you put up with him that long?
Alcohol. No,
That's wrong.
I love the guys I work with. I can't ask for any better people to investigate with.
Yeah.
We like to joke around. We love to have fun on our live streams on YouTube. We get drunk, yes, and we get rowdy. But when it comes to investigating, we're very serious. But we try to add like a little bit of comedy to it to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
To try to make the spirits feel more comfortable instead of so serious. But our partner Mark always says, did the paranormal choose us did we choose the paranormal or did the paranormal choose us? He always says it, and I believe that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It took me years to find my so-called calling, as my buddy Rob said. And he's known me for close to 50 years. And with the Bigfoot and the cryptid research and the paranormal, he says he never seen me so. But I think it actually came to me, and I didn't go to it.
Right.
And it did engulf our life. It really did. And
like with me, with my sister, Frank with his experience, and Mark with what he went through when he was a kid, it came to us. We didn't go to it. We didn't search it. But
mine I kind of went looking for.
Well, you sure did.
Yeah.
But it found you though when you was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Angel, looked like you was going to say something.
I was just going to say, I think it's great that they have, the three of them, and they're such an awesome group together, because it's really hard for me to find anybody that I can do this with, because
we want to collab with you anytime. We're local. We have no issue. I mean, Bill can give you my number. He has my number. He can give it.
Yeah.
Just give it to you, and
I'll give it to her.
Like, I have a hard time because I don't want any fake bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And some people are just so stupid. And I tell people all the time, the more I meet real people, the more I like the dead ones.
Well, that's like I said. I'll tell people before my experience, I was a skeptic. Now I didn't believe in that. I didn't believe in nothing. I was like, you told me that, I'm like, okay, yeah, right. But then it changed my whole situation.
It changes your outlook on life.
Yeah.
Once,
it does.
Like, there's a local cemetery that we go to. It's called Forest Grove Cemetery, and I literally watched a shadow figure come up out of a headstone and walk into a tree. Never seen anything like that in my life. It scared me so bad I cried. I'll be the first to admit it. I cried. It changed my whole outlook on life.
And the same, we went there a second time, and we're doing our thing, and we're doing our investigation, and I happened to look over my shoulder, and I swear, as I'm sitting there talking to you guys, I seen 3 people, well, like shadows, like it's in the dark, like where the lights from the poles shine off. I seen 3 shadows walking up the hill, and I turned around, looked at him and Mark, and I said, "Hey guys, I think we got company. We better, let's see what's going to happen." And we turned around, and there was nobody there. And I swear I seen 3 people walking up the hill.
Oakwood Cemetery in Sharon, same thing. You could feel the presence there. You really can, especially at night. You're not supposed to be in there at night, but my wife and I used to do a lot of walking in there at night. You could feel the presence in there.
Right.
And the one night we were walking, our daughter and a couple of the other grandkids were with us, and we start walking up and around the hill, and there's this mausoleum up over here, and my wife goes, "What's that light on there?" I'm looking around like, okay, that's coming out of the window of the mausoleum, and they got some kind of light in there. And we took a few more steps, and I said, "Whoa, wait a minute, there's no electric in there."
Right.
There's no window.
Yep.
No windows. So,
I love a fine cemetery. You meet the most interesting people.
we do have a gypsy queen buried in that cemetery.
Wow.
Yeah, and believe me, the people still come and put stuff on her grave constantly. And for 10 years, they had the Romanian guards guarding it. She died as she was traveling through Sharon. She died.
Oh.
Now, Angel, I want to get back to your question. She asked us a while back, what was our favorite place to investigate? Every place we investigated had a great experience besides Strands Allegheny. I don't like that place. The building's awesome, but I don't like it.
I loved my experience there, but I got ghost herpes there. I called ghost herpes. I ended up with a clinger through. Yeah. This crazy woman crawled up inside me and sang "London Bridge is falling down" in my head for over an hour. I had a hell of a time getting rid of her before I left there.
We just came back from the Conjuring House in Rhode Island on September 25th.
Yeah.
We was there last month. But to be honest, my favorite place was the Bergen House in New York.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That place was out of control. I mean, we had literally haunted dolls talking to us.
Angel.
I'm
not laughing at you guys. I'm laughing at Angel because she got a couple haunted dolls.
The experiences that we had in that house were by far some of the best I've ever encountered.
Yeah,
by far. Like I said, we just been to the Conjuring House. Me and Frank been there twice.
I mean, you can call us crazy, call us, say what you want. You don't have to believe us. But I know what and the thing is, We all heard it. Mark, Steve, myself, and the owner were there, and we all heard the same thing with this doll. You know, we asked the 2 questions, and we got a yes and a no out of it, and it was really creepy. I mean, it freaked me out.
I love it when you go to a small, like unknown, you know, not a big place, you know, and you have like the most amazing night. Then you go to like somewhere big like Penhurst or something. You're thinking, oh, okay. So everybody's hyped it up so much that you're thinking, you know, you're going to see all this crazy crap flying around and everything. And it's like a dead, dumb, you know, like nothing. It's a dud.
And another very low-key haunted place that we've been to, the Lemoyne Crematory.
Yes.
The very first crematory built in the United States is in Washington County.
PA, yep.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And then we ended up going into the Lemoyne House down in Washington. And that place is pretty creepy itself.
Yeah.
They have the very first 2 ashes from the first 2 cremations in the Lemoyne House. It's the Historical Society house. Baron De Palme and Jane Pittman were the very first 2 people to ever be cremated in the United States. Their ashes are in that house.
Well, it's kind of morbid, isn't it? That's pretty cool, though.
They're remodeling them though. They're like the Lemoyne House is getting remodeled right now. They're taking it back to when the olden days. You know what I'm saying? Like all the wooding and all that. It's going straight back. And Clay Kilgore, who is an awesome guy, the executive director of the Washington County Historical Society, contact him. Whenever they're finished doing their stuff, he'll get you in there.
Okay.
Now I got a 2 questions for you. Has anybody local around you had you go and investigate their places?
What was that? Anybody what?
What?
Anybody local near you?
So
Not me. No, not perfect me.
So we contacted Michael Spratt of the New Brighton, PA Historical Society out in Beaver County.
Right.
He let us go to the Irish Townsend house out there. I've been there by myself like 3 times. I love this place. I love the Townsend house. It's awesome. So he wanted me to do a speak in front of the Historical Society. So I went there one night and spoke in front of the Historical Society about the experiences that we had there and everything. And he owns the J.J. Spratt Funeral Home where we caught that shadow figure at. Mm-hmm. So him, I think it was his sister. We tried getting in there last year, but his mom was still living in the funeral home. And she passed away last May, God rest her soul. So after she passed away, we got into the funeral home. So they asked us to go to the funeral home and investigate it. I still got the footage to review. It's been since last November. I'm going to work on that when I get back from vacation.
Yeah.
But that place was insanely active. That's really crazy. See, but that's
when we caught the shadow figure peeking around the corner, around the door.
But that was called the Robert Townsend House, and he helped free slaves. That was part of the Underground Railroad, and he had a slave living with him for 15 years. He freed him from Tennessee. They raised money to go get him out of Tennessee.
That's awesome. Now, do you think if someone takes a little bit of dirt, do you think if someone gets a little bit of dirt, say off Edgar Allan Poe's grave, you think that would be haunted?
No, I don't.
Nope.
Good. I got a little vial of it.
But
I mean, it's
Waterford, PA, up near Erie.
Yeah.
That whole town was built on cemetery dirt and graves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The whole cemetery on the east side got flooded out.
Yep.
And they dug up all the dirt and built the roads with it. They found bones. They found jewelry from bodies in the roads. Oh yeah.
Well, no
Yeah,
wonder
you
it's so haunted.
I mean, to fix the roads.
And then there was Fort LaBeouf on the site where the Amos Judson house is at.
Yes.
The Indians burnt that down 3 times and killed everybody.
Yeah.
Well, see,
Yep.
that's what, like a lot of this stuff around here, around Punxsutawney. Like, if people don't understand why it's so crazy. Well, Punxsutawney is an Indian name to begin with, but they used the river that runs through Punxsutawney as like their main like interstate, you know.
Right.
So there was a lot of, you know, distress between the Indians and the pioneers around here, and there was a lot of people murdered, you know, because of the Indians.
Right.
Place.
Well, that's like the reservoir up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Lenape Indian land. And the Corps of Engineers took it and they built the dam there.
Well,
The reservoir up there.
As-
They took Lenape land. No, that's
well, as anybody knows, anything with the paranormal investigations, water feeds paranormal activity
mhm.
by tenfold.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
water's energy itself,
Yes, it
and
is.
spirits can take that energy and they can manifest. They can do whatever they want with it. Like, I love investigating when it rains and thunders and lightnings because that's all energy and that's all they can feed off of it.
Yeah.
I love
It's a
investigating in the rain.
That's like, I'll be honest, all the years that we've been investigating, and doing our thing, I have not yet seen a full body apparition. And but part of me wants to, but part of me is very hesitant. You know, it's like I've never seen anything like appear right in front of me. You know, that's what I'm kind of waiting for. You know?
Well, I honestly say I did.
Have you ever
And-
had anything follow you home?
Yes, yes, yes. A few times. I'm the one out of all 3 of us that something likes to come home and visit me. Yeah.
I come on the spoon with you.
They rub his back and his feet.
No, we were on.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
And you could ask my wife about this one because she heard it too. And short story, we left the house and to do some errands. And usually we kennel our dogs up when we leave because they get into stuff like tear the house apart. Well, she thought I did it. I thought she did it. We didn't do it. She gets in the house, says, Frank, we didn't kennel the dogs. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, how bad is it? How bad's the house? She goes, actually, they didn't do anything. They were cool. They just laid in their kennels in their beds all night. I'm like,
Huh.
and we were for like 4 hours. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I said, that's good. Let's give them a treat. And I'm on one side of the kitchen, Mary's on the other. And I said, should I give them a bone when they're bones, or should I give them, we got dog jerky? She goes, give them the jerky. I said, okay then. And I said, are you sure? The bone or jerky? As clear as day, we heard a guy's voice say, yeah, give him the jerky. She turns around, looks at me. She looks at me thinking I'm being a smart ass to her. You know, I think I'm mocking her. I'm like, Mary, that's not me. She goes, you're over there. She goes,
Oh my God.
She goes, this is from behind me. She turns around and told us, get the hell out of my house right now.
I can see Mary saying that.
Yeah.
I really can.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I say she there when we both heard this. We both heard the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
And that's the second time. The first time we went somewhere. I think it was
Ohio Reformatory.
Ohio State Reformatory. And of course we didn't say the disclaimer thing, you know, don't follow us home, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm sitting in my recliner and Mary goes downstairs to leave, go somewhere, and I feel this like presence over my shoulder, like somebody, like if you ever sit in a chair and somebody's leaning over you like this,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I heard, "Hey." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, okay. And my hairs on my arm got no neck, stood up. I'm like, "Okay, I'm playing this off. I'm not lying. I'm playing this off." I'm like, "Mayor, is that you?" No, I heard the door close. I heard the garage door open. I heard everything. And then I felt like, I stood up out of the recliner and I said, I was nice. I said, "Can you please leave my house? I don't want you here, blah, blah, da, da, da." Sat back down. Thought that did it. I felt more intense, like it got closer to me, leaning over that chair, like on my neck. And then seriously, like I felt I felt like you said, it got worse. My hairs were standing up even more. I got up and said, "Get the hell out of my," I said other few choice words, but I said, "Get out of my house now. You are not welcome here." And then boom, boom. But now we learn to live with it, because we know spirits travel.
Right.
Yeah.
Spirits travel. And I'm willing to be like, I know it's my house, but if you want to pass someone through, you're not staying.
Let's go. Just go. Keep going.
Let's go.
Well, here's the events that led up at a high reformatory. So we're in solitary confinement on the second tier, and my REM pod's going off, and there's orbs flying, like visually orbs. You can see them, and Frank's taking pictures, videoing, and I'm like, maybe my battery's dying, and that, I'm trying to debunk what's going on. Like maybe my battery's dying. So I shut my REM pod off, take the battery out. My REM pod goes off in my hand. Wow, there's no battery and it's off. It's going off in my hand. It's going off. And we're walking down the stairs. After that happened, because we heard this like this. I don't use the word demonic, but this we heard. It was like this like hiss type demonic growl. Like I don't use that word, because a lot of people are out there throwing demons around like they're just there.
Oh yeah.
No, and like they use that for clickbait. And they use that for clickbait.
Yeah.
But so we're walking down the steps, and there's like this open room right there, right at the bottom of the steps. Frank and my ex are walking into there, and I'm walking down the steps, and there's a group of girls on the bottom level of us. They're screaming. Their flashlights are flickering on and off. And they're like, "Were you just up there?" I'm like, "Yeah, we just had a leak." She's like, "Yeah, we watched a black figure walk down the steps behind you guys."
Oh.
I tell you what, I had like a similar experience like that at the Crescent prison. And I mean, it was an audible. I mean, we asked for a sign. If you're here and you want to talk to us, please give us a sign. We're here to, to be friendly. We're not here to harm you in any way. We just want to, ask you a few questions. And if you'd like to communicate back with us, can you please give us some kind of sign? And something went, like that. And I was like, no freaking way did that just happen.
What's
Who made that noise?
What's weird about that situation about Ohio State Reformatory is on the video, because I was the one doing the video when we were doing all this, all these orbs were coming at me. I mean, they were coming right at me. Like, so I think one of them hitched a ride home. So.
That's the kind of activity I got at Rolling Hills.
I don't know how accurate some of these apps are. So I mean, I do have some on my phone, like the Ghost Tube. It's called the Ghost Tube, Yeah. And it has it on there where it shows the stick figures, blah, blah. And I've done that through my house, and Mary didn't like it, but and she goes, "Thanks," because she said I don't do it. I have never experienced, but she says she's felt the presence of an old elderly lady there. Like she smelled very smelled baked bread, like baking. goods, stuff, different, stuff like that. But yeah, and I think there's a little kid there too. But it is what it is. I'm not going to try to hide from it anymore. Because I didn't want to believe something was there. Because like I always said, I don't investigate my own house. Well, might as well say when I pulled that out, I kind of did a little bit. But there's some things that I'd like to left alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things are better left alone.
Yep.
Yeah. Like one night, I think I showed you the picture, my arm. I have a picture on my phone, and of course, I do have cats. I got 3 cats and 2 dogs. And the thing is, Mary and I have these dual recliners with the cup holders, and she's sitting there. We're watching TV, and I have one of my cats. She's sitting on my lap, and I know she didn't do it, because if she did, she wouldn't have been sitting on my lap very long. So I looked down and I felt a burning on my arm. And right here on my arm, there was 3 scratch marks going down my arm. One here, one in the middle, and one there. Mary just looked at me. Her eyes got real wide, and she's like, "You know what that means, right?" I said, "Yeah, it usually stands for the Trinity. They're mocking the Trinity." So, yeah, and I could see it when I stood down. When I looked down, you could actually see the scratches like forming on my arm. First, they were just little red marks, and then they were like, I was like, I know my cat didn't
see them form.
My cat did not do it. I know she didn't do it. But like I said, she's sleeping on my lap. And next time I'll show it to you.
Yeah. Now that's kind of freaky. And then watching it form as scratches. First it was red mark, and then it became scratches. I'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah. And there's times at my house, like I said, I know, like my dogs. Your animals are the best, or I think are the best paranormal tool to have. Because
encrypted.
And they just look, and they just stare, and there's nothing, and they're looking at nothing. My cats do it too. They'll be like walking and they'll look at a certain spot in the house. And I'm like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "I don't see nothing." Now you're freaking me out, cat. I'm like, "I don't see nothing," So I know you must be seeing something. I wish you could talk to me. I wish my dog or cat could say, "Hey, Frank, bro," But
there's this old man in the corner. He's just chilling.
Yeah. We had that happen.
I took my dog Venus with me on an investigation, and we had to walk over 100 yards through a cornfield into the woods. Walking down, man, she's checking everything out. She's happy. Her tail's wagging, just going along. As soon as we stepped inside that wood line, she went on full alert. And I mean full alert. She's like, and she's watching close, everything. And my gut was telling me, don't stay in here. This ain't good. Don't stay in here.
Right.
But I did find this branch. It was about that big around. It came down in a swoop. And on top of it, it was worn off. Just on the very top, like something's butt was sitting there and slides off. And that was about 8 foot above the ground.
Wow.
And you could see where it was worn. I took a picture. It's on this other phone. But it, an animal is your best signal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cats, dogs, no matter what.
They have better senses than we do. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's like last year. It was kind of wild. We were here. It was Mark, Steve, and I. And we're happening to be driving. We drove through the battlefields. made a turn and went through the battlefield at night. So we had to. Well, we were going somewhere. I think we made a wrong turn to go through the battlefield.
No, we're just driving around looking at.
And we're driving down the road, and all of a sudden we said, "What the hell is that?" We see like this light anomaly going like ahead of us, going down the side. We're like, we're shocked. We even stopped, right, and looked. We're like, "Look at this," and we actually kind of followed it, you know. And and as we're driving, look up towards our left in the tree lines. It looked like
lanterns,
like orange light, like somebody had a lantern up there, and you can see like the. We're like, look at this.
Yeah.
When we drove around the bend, went around the corner.
Nothing there.
There's no house there. There's nothing. There's like no flame. There's like, what the hell? I mean, it was wild. It was crazy, you know. Like,
well,
nice experience.
I saw a picture from the battlefield. It was an evening, and it was a figure of a soldier on a horse going past the car that was parked there. And
I believe it. We've experienced crazy stuff there out in the battlefield.
I mean, we've never seen, personally, we've never seen like soldiers, horses, but we have heard a cannon. And there was actually, we asked around, there was actually no reenactments going on. And this was we were at Jenny Wade's grave last year when we heard this. And yet there was another couple visiting, walking right past the grave site too, and they heard the same thing. We looked at each other and said, "Did you hear that?" And they were like, "Yeah."
It was so loud it shook the ground. That's how residual it was.
Do you want to see my horse I got at Gettysburg? I don't know if you can see it or not.
Turn a little more to your right, I think. The picture of a horse.
Okay. That white, yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. That's interesting.
That was at Gettysburg. Where I was at was down by the wheat field.
Okay.
You know, they have all those horse tours and stuff down there, you know.
Yeah.
And I was standing down there with these people, and they were like, "Do you hear something?" I'm like, "Is that a horse?" I'm like, "They don't give tours at night." I'm like, "Get your camera out." Start taking pictures. We just started taking pictures, you know, just random mass pictures. And I started looking back through them, and I was like, "Holy crap! If that isn't a horse."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's definitely a horse," and it was down by the wheat field. Is where I caught it.
Hey, Bill, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
For anybody that's in here, if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel or our Instagram or Facebook, Frank runs our Facebook page. I run our Instagram and YouTube. So if y'all want to connect with us, feel free to do so.
I'm going to show you this. What you say.
Other side. The camera's over here.
Okay.
Oh, I see them right there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Look at that.
Now that one scar is from my surgery on my hand. That's the one over here. No, that's the long one. But yeah, the other one is the other three.
They're like right. Yeah, they're like right there somewhere.
That's what formed on my arm tonight because I decided to take a picture of it right there at the time it happened.
Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, exactly how that happened. That I've been like, what the hell? But
yeah, because at first I was like, I looked at my cat and I was like, you didn't do this. I mean, trust me. She was sleeping, and I was back and patting her head, you know, the whole time she didn't move.
Nice.
Yeah. But during some of the investigations, it's like Steve's leg's been grabbed, my back's been touched, you know, and
I never had nothing physically follow me home, but I've had things attach itself to myself.
Right.
And my whole persona changes. I'm angry. I'm mad all the time if that happens. Because I know it's affected me and I don't want it to affect me. And I'm trying to fight it off. And You know, you got to get rid of it as fast as you can.
Actually, I wasn't there that night because that's when I, like I said, I had my surgery and I was laid up.
Madison Seminary.
Was it Madison Seminary? You know, Mark, you had a bad experience there.
In the pit room.
Yeah, and we're actually going back there.
I'm not going to go into that room.
I am.
I literally witnessed this black, it was almost like a cloud. It came into the room and it surrounded me. And it was not playing with me. It wanted me bad. Like, I was live streaming on YouTube. I threw my phone down during the live stream.
Well, that one room that Angel and I went into at the Butler VA hospital had some dark entity in there. Am I right, Angel? And it wanted to come with us too. He said, "Nope, you're staying here. No, you're not welcome to come with us. Stay."
It did. It just like enveloped the whole side of that room. It just made Like if you would turn this way, it was a fine. But when you turned back, that whole room was just dark and
cold.
I mean, and yeah, it was cold. It was colder on that side of the room.
And there's heat in that place.
Yeah.
And it was cold in that room.
Yep.
It's like, wow, this ain't right.
Am I going to call it a demon? Nope, because I don't.
That's like
you said. You know, people are
I've been having experience with shadow people. That's been my latest thing. With shadow people, been like messing with. You could ask Steve and Mark. And I actually had somebody talk to me one time, and they said the reason they're doing that with you is they told me straight out, they said they like you. I was like, really? Don't like me that much?
Hey, wait a minute. You know how to fix that, don't you?
Wear my Raven stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But
your inner light.
It just seems they said how she say she goes.
Yeah, they're just drawn to your inner light.
Like I said, they think you're naive. Like they know, they sense about how I want that. Like I said about that apparition, but they mess with me. That's exactly they turn around and say they pick you. You're the one they're picking to mess with.
Well, during my camp out up in Salt Fork this past April, Mike Hartman was camped right beside me, basically. But it was a shadow figure of a dog that went running down between us, our two camps. I didn't see it. He didn't see it. This other people end up getting a picture of it because they said, check this out. Boom, boom. And they actually got a picture of it. And it looked like a dog man running. Talk about scaring the hell out of me.
That's crazy.
And about the time that happened, I kind of got woke up. So was it because of that? I don't know.
It's crazy because it's like Steve and I had an interaction with the same shadow figure.
Right.
When you seen it going through the wall in the mirror.
At the Hinsdale house.
At the Hinsdale house.
All right.
You seen it go through the mirror, and it went through, and the mirror went across the hall mirror, and then the kitchen was right over here. And I'm sitting right at the edge of the sofa, right beside the kitchen. And I kept getting this weird feeling. I kept looking like out there. And right, like the door was like entryway was right there. As soon as that shadow went through the wall, it looked like, to me, like it was coming at me. I almost fell off. I scooted across that sofa and almost fell off on the floor. They all looked at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, I said, it came at me. You know, it freaked me out. It kind of lunged at me but stopped. You know, it
did like a bluff charge.
It just stopped. It came at me and just stopped. No, I'm like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, our whole team has had crazy experiences. It's just
had an experience with a shadow figure here.
Yep, over East Cemetery Hill.
Yeah.
But this is why we do it, for the experience.
Yeah.
This is our adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
We don't skydive. We don't parachute. We don't do shit like that.
Like the only shadow figures I said that didn't mess with me are the ones in the cemetery when I said we saw, like I said, I seen 3 of them walk up the hill when we were doing our filming and all like that. And I looked at them and said, hey guys, we got company. That's the only time the 3 shadow figures didn't mess with me. You know, I just seen them walking up the hill.
Yeah. And, that's, I don't know what to make of shadow figures. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to say demonic because we don't know.
Yeah.
Too many people are throwing that word demonic out lately.
Yes. Like you said earlier, click
now
that.
everything to everybody now is demonic.
Yeah, it's a demon. No, I just farted. Wasn't a demon.
Yeah.
You would know.
Oh, is it a demon? No, it's not a demon. You're just an asshole.
You would know. You would know if you encountered a freaking demon. You would know it.
Yep.
I have a certificate in demonology. Let me tell you. And the more I read into them, and the more I learned, and the more I delved into it, they are. Yeah. It's harder to actually find a demon than people think. They're like, right. Oh no, they're everywhere. No, they're not everywhere. And I really think, in my opinion, I think the longer that a spirit is stuck here and is earthbound, and has not found a way out or somewhere for it to be comfortable, or at peace, I think they become a little bit more rowdy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you get those shadow people or the scratches, the things that are a little bit more uneasy feeling and stuff. Those are the ones that have been left here for too long, and maybe they're forgotten, and they just hate the fact that they didn't mean shit to anybody. So now they're like, I'm gonna make somebody know.
Or you get that angry EVP or spirit box. Get out! I don't want you here. That's not demonic. They just want to be left alone. They want to be left alone.
Yep.
Like bugging us all the time.
Right. Yeah. It's like my phone going off at 3 o'clock in the morning, an hour, like a half hour before I get up for work.
That's like I said. Like I said, I believe these spirits. Like I said, they're smart. I think the spirits are, and they're like us. They don't want to be bothered. They're like, when they like I said, I'm just saying this. Like they see investigators come in, like, damn, again. It's like, give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Because they got to use a million times more energy to communicate with us than we got to communicate with them.
Yes.
To us, it's just easy when you talk to them. They got to build and build and build up just so they can get one word at or make a knock.
They get tired, annoyed, everything.
Right.
Else,
I'll be the first to admit, I will be a grumpy ass spirit. Leave me the F alone.
Yeah.
Well, now
get off my lawn, and even though I don't have one anymore.
I will build my energy up to punch you in the face.
Oh, yeah.
They're people.
I have my
they were people. They're still people. They're just like you.
Whenever I go, if you want to come investigate me, just bring me a damn glass of whiskey. I'm good. A whiskey isn't two. Leave me alone. I'll sit there and I'll hang out with you all night.
Do you want to know where one of my favorite places to go, though, when I'm in Gettysburg, just to hang out and walk around, is the Evergreen Cemetery.
The Evergreen? Yeah, where Jimmy Wade's at.
Yeah. when you walk
Yeah.
around and look at those old headstones and stuff, you're going to find,
Yep.
like old families, like the Trossells, you're going to find, the Garlic family. You're going to find, the people that were there that made the town.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you say Garlic family?
Yeah. Old Lady
They
Garlic.
should never died. They were garlic.
Steve was doing a spirit box session last year, and we were at Jenny Wade's grave doing one, and he asked a question about when did you die or something, and as plain as day, I did not die.
Got a response of a female saying I didn't die.
Yeah. See, because she doesn't know she's dead. That poor girl was buried 3 times. 3 times.
She was buried 3 times.
Her body's been moved a couple times too. So I mean, she was supposed to be shot. She was shot in the kitchen, baking bread. Then they moved her upstairs. Then they moved her into the basement. That's 3 times. Moved there. Then she was buried 3 different places and moved.
Yeah, she's buried in the backyard at her sister's house originally. Then they dig her up. Okay. And they moved her to the old German Reform School and Church up on Breckenridge on the far end.
Yeah.
Of town. And then when they tore that down and decided to make it a parking lot, they dug everybody up and then they moved her up to Evergreen Cemetery. And it's really cool that this town in Iowa has, like, they take care of her spot.
Right.
It's a bunch of women from Iowa that come and clean her grave and make sure everything's good there. Once a year, they come out and they inspect it and make sure it doesn't need anything. But they're from Iowa. Yeah. Because when her sister decides to move from Gettysburg, her and her husband, they moved to Iowa. And she did some kind of public speaking engagement for the anniversary of Gettysburg battle.
Yeah.
Well, these women loved the story so much. They gathered up all this money, and they're the ones who actually purchased that big, beautiful statue and stone for her grave. They're the ones who actually purchased it and had it shipped out there. And now they come out once a year, this bunch of women, and take care of it and clean it and make sure it's nice.
So I'm gonna tell you a little story about last night.
Yeah, I hope it's the one you're gonna tell me about.
So you know where the bedroom is on the first floor, right? Where the bed's at on the first floor. So we were in contact with her sister, not Jenny herself, her sister.
With Georgia.
Yes, with Georgia. We asked, how hard was it after you had your baby and the bullets were flying through your house, hitting your mantle, your bed frame? I was like, do you miss your kid and everything? And the cat toys on her bed started going off.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then when we were down in the basement, we asked a couple questions to Jenny about, do you miss, niece and nephew, and all of a sudden we had the cat toys on the benches. One went off there too. That started going off when we started talking about her sister.
So here's the crazy thing. So we was up on the second floor, in the bedroom where they not the opposite side where they broke the wall down, but on Jenny on that side. So we was doing the EVP session up there, and we went to play it back, and we was asking about her sister and her niece or nephew, whatever the gender of the baby was. It was stuck on replay in my voice recorder. That whole part, which just kept looping and looping and looping.
Oh, man.
And as it was looping, the ring pod was going off, answering the questions.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And then also, as you went up the steps upstairs, Jenny went out, and you make that right. There's that chain that goes across where the chairs are, the furniture that it got blocked off.
Yeah.
Actually, he noticed it. Steve noticed it. He goes, look at that. The chain was actually swinging back and forth. Like we didn't touch it. It was like somebody grabbed onto it and started shaking it.
Yep. That's one of the things that happens the most there is that chain. Mm-hmm.
Wonder if that spirit thinks, whoever that spirit is, it might not be Jenny, might not, it could be a soldier, it could be anybody.
Anybody.
Wonder if they feel like that chain has trapped them in that part of the room. Like they can't cross that chain.
Or that might be the only way they can communicate.
Or that could be the only way they can communicate with them.
Maybe they were shot in the throat. Maybe if it's a soldier, they could have been shot in the throat. We don't know.
Yeah. One of the craziest things that I had happen was at the hotel right next door. That's pretty much connected to it.
Yeah.
I was up on the 3rd floor. I had taken my younger sister. It was the first time she's ever been to Gettysburg. And I took her and her 2 kids with me and took them all on a mini vacation, took them to the outlet malls because it was right before school started. Well, I got up in the middle of the night and her 2 kids are laying on the floor in between her and I in the bedroom. Well, I got up and I was looking for my medicine because I was starting to get a migraine. I was like, son of a gun. I left it in the car. So I was like, I'm going to have to go the whole way out. So I parked way out, past in the middle of that parking lot there.
Right.
So walk down that long hallway from my motel room, go down the stairs, go over towards my truck, and I'm looking, and it looked like there was somebody inside of my truck.
Oh.
And I thought, what the hell? I'm like, because I had taken them shopping, I spent all this money and all this stuff is locked inside my truck. And I'm thinking somebody's in there trying to steal my stuff, And I'm like, I know I locked it. So I hurried up and I hit the lock button again on my truck. And it's like, beep, beep. And then I went running up and I unlocked it because I was going to go fat ninja on them, I was going to whoop whoever's butt was in there. And I whipped open the door and there's nobody in there. I was like, all right. I only had 2 beers that night. I was like, come on now, Angel. I was like, well, maybe my headache's worse than I thought. So I get in the truck and I find my medicine. I grab it, close the door, lock it behind me, beep, beep. I'm walking across the parking lot and I look across the road where that gas station is.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a big light pole right on the corner, right on that point.
Yeah.
I sworn I saw somebody standing like this right up against that telephone pole and underneath that light.
Wow.
And I thought, what the heck? So I looked again and there was nobody there. I was like, all right. So I go in and I start climbing up the stairs to go up to my hotel room. Well, when I start climbing the stairs, I can hear clack, 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 kind of like spats on a boots.
Right.
Hitting those stairs. And I'm like, what the shit? And I'm looking behind me and there's nobody there. So I start power walking. And as I'm walking faster, I can hear it clack, 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 clack. And it's coming faster. And when I went through, there's that archway in between the walls. When you're walking down the hallway outside, look tomorrow. There's this big archway right in the middle of that building. And so there's a wall, nothing, a wall, and then more hallway. When I got to the middle of that archway, I look over and that person was standing underneath that light again in front of the.
Hell no.
So then I start power walking a little bit faster because I'm the third room from the very end of the hallway. And I can hear it coming, the whole time. Clack, 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 clack.
So I make sure you got your attention.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in our room. I'm like, okay, son of a bitch. I'm get in there. I finally get in there and I slam the door behind me and I walked real fast to the bathroom and hit my face right on the bathroom door, about knocked myself out. Well, when I left, the first thing I did was go and pee, and I left that door open before I went outside. So when I hit it, I'm over there cussing, and my sister wakes up and she's like, what is your problem? I'm like, thanks for booby trapping me. I'm like, it just hit my face off this door. I'm like, I almost killed myself trying to get in the bathroom. She goes, I haven't been yet. I'm like, well, was it one of the kids? I'm like, Tristan, Danielle. I'm like, wake up. Were you in the bathroom? They're like, we weren't in the bathroom. So something closed that bathroom door after I left. It chased me down that freaking hallway. I was so mad.
they wanted you.
Yeah, but that hill, that whole entire East Cemetery, that whole entire hill is just crazy. I have caught in some of the best stuff on that.
Yeah, it's all tore up now, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful there. It's my favorite spot.
Like that old brick wall from the parking lot to the cemetery, that's gone. Everything is gone.
Yeah, they put some building up there.
They put a building up there.
Yeah, the new visitor center there, where the tour
Yeah, the whole parking lot is ripped to shreds up there.
Oh man, did they get rid of the old original stone wall?
It's all chained off. I mean, fenced off. You can't even get over there.
Holy crap!
Right?
That's where I to go.
When you start
Ruining
doing shit like that, spirits don't like that.
Yeah, when you start messing around their ground, they don't like that. That's going to get real active real fast.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But anyhow, folks, been at it for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, we're 2 hours in, Bill.
Damn, dude.
Time flies when you have fun.
Hey, you told me Frank never shuts up. I guess you're right.
I love you, Bill.
It was a great night meeting you guys. I think you guys are fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Me and you too, Angel. Fantastic. It was a good time.
Definitely, we all got to get together.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. We need to go investigate somewhere.
Yes, for sure.
I'll see if I can get into the Adrian. Okay.
If you can't get Bill, give her my number. Send her a text. Give her my number. And
I will.
we'll
I will.
back.
Definitely. Because, yeah, you guys got a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, because you're
both
you're
know that
a
place
big
too.
foot man with your big foot and your big feet.
What's wrong with my big feet?
Hey, he's getting
I don't
to
know, I
be a
just said
pretty good paranormal investigator.
Oh, yeah, Bill, you talked about going into the old Butler VA, too.
Yeah, and the thing is, the gentleman that helped get us in there, he did something shady or something, and they booted him away from there.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not happy.
But if something comes up, I'll get in touch with you guys because I'm going to really need some good seasoned people to come with me on that because it's just too big for just little old me.
where at?
So at the Butler VA hospital.
Okay.
I'm still working on it.
288,000 square foot hospital.
Holy shit.
5 floors, a basement and a sub basement.
Wow.
Jesus.
And activity on every place
Every
but
floor.
the morgue. The morgue, had not.
The morgue was
damn
dead.
thing. No pun
Let us
intended.
know. We'll be there.
But yeah,
Yep.
but the little room off from the morgue was a damn party room.
They were having a
Holy
party in there. They were having a party.
But we had activity
it was
on
a good
every
one.
floor. It was crazy. Like I was
Nice.
telling you before about it. It was crazy. But yeah, Angel's still working on trying to get us back in there. But I'm hoping.
Awesome. Whenever you can, let us know. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah, it is very creepy, Beverly. Beverly McFan says his Butler's very creepy. Wait a minute. It's very creepy. Very, very, very creepy.
Very, 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 very creepy.
Yes. But thank you guys. I've been looking
Hey,
forward to this.
Thank you for having us, Bill. Thank
It's
you,
our
my
pleasure
man.
to come on and be
Good
with you.
guy there. Good guy, Bill.
Yeah.
Love you,
Hey,
bro.
don't be spreading rumors, damn it, Frank.
Nice meeting you, Angel.
Yes, Angel. Nice meeting you. We talked last week on the live stream, but like actually talking face to face now, it's nice to meet you.
And I'm so glad you
Yep.
guys were able to. Shame Mark couldn't be here, but.
And Mark, if you're listening, did you hear what we just talked about?
Take it off.
But all righty, let me hit my outro.
Bye, everybody. Keep it creepy.
All right, have a good
Good
night.
night, guys. Thank you.
This has been an Agents of the Unexplained original podcast. Like us on Facebook, subscribe and view on YouTube, and please visit our store link in the bio. Thank you for listening, and remember that paranormal is the new normal.